My mixtape series is called Fahrenheit 115, and it's a play off Fahrenheit 9/11. Um, and that's just my mixtape series. I figured like, I don't want to do your mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my own mixtape. Um, be my own DJ. And the first one was hosted by my man DJ Gi, who's my DJ. Um, and then that one got such rave reviews, and we only did a limited run. We only printed up like 5,000 of them, but we sent them worldwide. We sent them to London. We sent them everywhere. The girl who was working them in London, my girl Susie, she was sending them to like Greece and sending them like everywhere. A package of 10 here, this, that, and she sent it to all the DJs. And in the States, we was doing the same thing. I sent them to Atlanta, sent them to LA, you know. And so the few people that had them, was tastemakers. So they was like, yo, this mixtape is retarded. You know what I'm saying? So people would do reviews. I would get feedback from DJs like, yo, this first mixtape was retarded, blah, blah, blah. And I touched on a lot of subjects. I made it a mini album. I went in actually, instead of just freestyling over beats, I went and remade entire songs. You know what I'm saying? Kanye had Jesus Walks. I did Muhammad Walks. And it was like, boom, okay, that's one record. Boom. I tried to make singles off the mixtapes, and I actually did. Because I would, had a mixtape, and I would send 2 records to DJs, and they would play it on the radio. So I was getting spins on my mixtapes. So they would they would eventually, I think, every song on Fahrenheit 115 Part 2, which was the next one, Revenge of the Nerds, I think every song on that had been played on the radio somewhere in the world. Somewhere. Every single song on there has been played on the radio. And so, like, just the success of that, I did Fahrenheit 115 Part 3, which was, it was like a mashup of the Gorillaz album. And that got rave reviews because it was so left. And people who didn't even know who the Gorillaz was like, yo, this beat is ridiculous. And it's like, yo, that's the Gorillaz. I just rapped on top of them. And was really dope is that I was in London with Kanye, and Kanye was having a meeting with the Gorillaz, and I got a chance to meet him and actually play the tape for him. And they loved it. They was like, yo, this is fresh. Like, because like I said, I redo songs. So I went in and put new hooks on it and like made it like it was my own record. And it was like, yo, we should have used that hook for the song, period. The one that came out on the album. Or like they make comments where it's like, yo, they love it to hear somebody take their music and really do something good with it, and not jerk them off or, and I was telling them like, yo, they was playing that on urban radio, like on Hot 97. In WGCI, like they gave you looks. People who didn't even know who the Gorillaz was like, yo, who is the Gorillaz now? When people would hit me like, yo, I went and bought the album. I went and bought Demon Days, their second album, which is what the mashup was, just to hear the beats and figure out where you got those beats from on the album, because the beats is ridiculous. So it's just fresh. And those 3 mixtapes did everything, to this point. The Kanye Touch the Sky look just shot it in the masses, but everywhere that you see Lupe Fiasco, the first 10,000 MySpace friends and everything else, the internet buzz, and even to these shoes that I have on my feet came from those mixtapes. Jay respects me on different levels. He respects me as a rapper. He respects me as a young businessman. He's like, he'll tell me I'm him 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, or 6 years ago, however long ago. He's like, yo, you were me, boom. And he'll tell that to an executive. He'll tell that to an LA Reid, like, this guy is me. If you want me where I'm at now, you got it right here. It's gonna take you 3, 4, 5 years, but if that's what you want, this is the dude that'll get you there. So we just developed, rappers are rappers. At the end of the day, Jay is a rapper. He wants to write rhyme, like, and that whole brotherhood of MCs that respect each other, that's nice. It's like, it's just there. Like, we'll sit down like, yo, what was that line he was talking about? That line was hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? The same thing I tell him, like, yo, what'd you say on Young Jeezy record? Yo, that was crazy. He's like, yo, the line you did on Kanye record? Disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the low, it was like that respect there. So he just sees, I guess he sees something in me where he wants to win. And then he's real cool with my partner, Chili. So that's another aspect on it. So it's like being cool with both of us. He's like, yo, I want y'all to win. So I'm going to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that co-signature, that executive producer credit just knocks down so many doors. You wouldn't even believe it. It's like, Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. Yeah, whatever. Executive produced by Jay-Z. Ah, come on in. Have a seat. You know what I'm saying?
When did he tell you that he wanted to executive produce the album?
On Arista, toward the end of, I want to say toward the last quarter, last third of the deal with Arista, that third time, like almost toward the end of the deal with Arista, he stepped in and was like, yo, I want to be official on the project.
So it was a long time coming. As executive producer, what does he do? Do you send him in the studio and he gives you the yay and nay of the songs, or does he act like First and 15th and be like, yo, maybe you should rock over this beat? Or
it's less hands-on. Like, I'll go through a batch of records because he don't want to do him on a record. You know, some people, executive produce, they want to do them on your record. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I'm me. So he give me that space. He's just like, go do your records. When you done, send them to me. I don't like that one. I like this one. I don't like that one. Boom. That's it. You know? It's not in the studio. It's not no hands-on craziness like this. And he's like, yo, you know who you should get up with? You should get up with Mike Shinoda. Yo, Mike, Lupe, you met him before, right? Yeah, y'all should do a song together. Boom. You know, like that. Outside of my album, just setting up stuff out there with other people just to get the career and the buzz going. But he'll be like, yo, I think you should rock over this Kanye record. You know what I'm saying? If it happened, it happened. It don't, it don't. At the same time, he's open enough to be like, well, this is what we want to do. And it's like, oh, okay, I understand. Rock. You know?
Is he a hard critic? I know, talking to Bleak said, you know, even though he's probably closer to Jay than a lot of other people, Jay is the hardest on him than anybody else.
Yeah, Jay don't really like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't putting him on blast, but it's like, Jay be like, he'll sit there and just be like, he'll make you, because he's Jay-Z. He's king rap. So it's like, and with that, you'll just be destroyed. You'll be like, oh my God, Jay-Z don't like it. Nobody's gonna like it. That's Jay-Z. You know, but you know, he's honest. Like, yo, I don't like that. I like that. Let's rock with that one. Let's develop that out a little bit more. Or he'll give you the cold hard truth. You know, speaking from an artist, because since he's an artist, he can understand what an artist wants to do. And at the same time, he's an exec. He can also be like, but this is why it will or won't work. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you need to tailor-made your artistry to fit this. So he'll just give you that. And if you follow it, you follow it. It ain't like, yo, you gotta have this record on there. You gotta do this. Or, you know, this is wacky. You should do that. He'll just be like, okay, go ahead. Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor. Food and Liquor is a generic name for the stores in Chicago. How you got bodegas, supermarket, whatever. It's a generic name for the corner stores in Chicago. And I've been all around the world. I ain't seen a Food and Liquor anywhere else but in Chicago. So it's a Chicago thing, and it's so subtle that even cats in Chicago don't even know. They just like, okay, Food and Liquor, whatever. And so it represents that. It's a staple to me. And it also represents, on a deeper note, I'm Muslim, I don't drink alcohol. It's always had a bad taste in my mouth, bad connotation. So it's always represented bad things to me. And the food represents the good, the growth, the development you needed to live type situation. So it's that balance of good and bad. It represents me. To me, it represents the world. It's like the world is made up of food and liquor. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, bad stuff. You know, and everybody has it. There's no way to just be straight food or straight bad. You always got to balance somehow. So that's what that represents on a deeper note. But just for general purposes, it's just all the stores in Chicago are called Food and Liquor.